I'm Turk Strongman at the Ron Q Ramacharaka. Thank you for selecting this video on communicating with everything as a spiritual warrior. Before I continue, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, now's your chance. Do it now. That way you can also activate the notification bell feature so that you know when I upload a new video. Share the joy of this channel with others, starting now by giving this video a thumb up, lest you forget to do it later. Communicating with everything as a spiritual warrior. So, as a spiritual warrior, what levels, planes of beings are you maybe dealing with? What form of communication, or what plane do they belong to? How many planes do they belong to? I mean, there's the animal kingdom, just your physical. Plant kingdom and the mineral kingdom, all conscious substance in motion, all right there to be talked to, all talkable to. Well, with just the bacteria, kind of like, you have to cross some kind of a boundary there now, right? It's probably not going to be the vibrations of your vocal cords that do the communicating with bacteria if you have a bacterial infection and you are going to address it as the bacteria there, right? And tell it, get the hell out. Now, at what level of consciousness and perception and sensing do these bacteria have? They can be communicated with. Just at what level of consciousness would that have to happen at? Well, here's how to fix that problem so that you can apply it to the bigger problems in your spiritual warfare. Not that a bacterial infection is a small matter. I'm talking about more, like what we might consider bigger ones. Bigger affairs in size or intelligence or ghastliness, ghostliness. Well, you must talk to your bacteria with all levels, all planes of being in mind at the same time. So, as I've said elsewhere, he's going to be well rooted, well established in the actuality of your true self, and well rooted in your connection with the absolute, which is, regardless of cosmic manifestation, it is. It's the cause of manifestation. But it's not caused. It just is. Right? There must be the absolute. There must be. If you think about it. You think this is just a theory? Consider it for a while. Until you realize that it must be. There must be one absolute. And consider what that means. All right? Well rooted in that, okay? Your understanding, your comprehension, your realization of it, your confirmation of it, your acceptance of it, your dependence on it. Right? Realizing that you depend on it for your entire existence, for God's sakes. Well, be connected. Then, yeah, you're in a good position to calmly and confidently and rather accurately communicate with anything, because you will learn with practice in communicating with everything around you. Thoughts that you're having, talk to them. Talk to your body. Talk to different parts of your body. Talk to the houseplants. Talk to the grass in the yard. Talk to the car. Talk to the bar of steel that you have that you just don't get rid of because you really like it. All right? Then, firmly grounded, in the absolute, being recognized and realized, and you're manifesting in your consciousness your true self, all right? Then, with this practice I'm advocating, when you run across something that you need to deal with because it's not in your best interests, it's working against your mastery of self by self, your establishment of true selfhood, and your personal involvement. And it's not helping to pull you away, on the other hand, from consciousness hijacking and perception deception and ignorance. So now it's time to talk to it. There are other things you're doing too, I'm sure. Other techniques that you are applying, other ways of being, that you are applying. One of them is you must now communicate. And you go about it with full awareness of every level of you, from physical to spiritual, from the core of your being, your true self, by your power of will, by your use of universal will right now. You are communicating at all possible levels. Just intend it and will it and visualize it and affirm it and believe it and depend on it. Calmly and confidently. And say what you have to say. And mean it. You know how to mean it? Well, make sure the meanings of your words are what you intended to convey from the core of your being. That's how to do that. But you have to learn to communicate with everything. So start. It's all communicable because it's all conscious substance in motion. And every part is an individualized focal point of the whole thing. That's all, right? And those parts, in one way or another, communicate with each other. So it's a pretty good idea for your own spiritual warfare to be able to communicate with everything. So get to work. That's how to do it. And that's what to do with it. And that's why. Only one 9-minute video. Look at that. 9.5 minutes. Yeah, that came out pretty good. My wife said so. So, did you like the video? Give it a thumb up. If you didn't give it one in the first place, give it one now anyway, just to punish yourself for not doing it before. Subscribe, get notified, share the joy of the channel with others. Thank you for selecting this video on communicating with everything as a spiritual warrior. I'm Turk Strongman. This is Saranki Ramacharaka. Be well.